All right, good morning everybody. Hopefully you can see me clear. All right, welcome Lisa. All right, Denise, welcome everybody to another scope. We're going to cover part 2. All right, welcome. Let me see what else we got here. Let me see. We need to do something better. Hopefully my lighting is good. I'm trying to, let's see. You see, there's my lighting. Let's see if we can do a little something different with the light. I'm not in my office today because I wanted to make sure we get some better lighting here. Or better connection, I should say. Get some better connection. Okay. Well, let's see. You can see my house there, right? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go with this. I think this is pretty good. I can lean back and you can see me. Hi, everybody. Good morning to you. Good morning to you as we still get things situated. It's one thing beautiful about live broadcast. Welcome, everybody. Give the hearts. Welcome. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, online and offline sales and marketing professional. Been doing it for the last several years. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Sister Denise. We're just here on these scopes, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, friends, to throw my hat in the ring, to do my part, to give value to the marketplace. All right, we all have something to give, and this is my small contribution to help out somebody. All right, good morning. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, sister. All right, so welcome, everybody. As always, you know, you swipe if you're on Android, swipe if you're on Apple, share and follow. Swipe from the bottom up if you're on Android to share and follow. All right. We want this broadcast and these scopes to increase organically. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. As I say, I want to keep these to 30 minutes, and I have about 7 after 11 here in Houston, Texas. And yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we did a Periscope on 13 reasons why you probably never got started as a real estate investor. 13 reasons. We cover the first 6. Let me put my phone on mute here. We covered the first 6 yesterday. We're going to cover the remaining 7 today. So if you missed it, make sure you go to DarrellMuhammad.net, my blog, and I'll post it there. Or you can go to my fan page, DarrellMuhammad fan page there on Facebook. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and get into it for the sake of time. Number seven is you think you can do it on your own. I would say this is probably the biggest reason you think you can do it on your own, and you really can't, because if you could do it on your own, you would have done it already on your own. It's really a disguise for some internal psychological issues, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to spend the money. You think you're better than or equal than the source of the individual who's there to teach you and train you, which you're not, as far as in that area. They're better prepared, more successful, have something to share with you that you don't have, so you have to subordinate yourself. All right? So you think you can do it on your own, and you really can't, because if you could, you would have done it already. You will have the proof. Even if it's past proof, you would have the proof to show for it. All right? Current proof to show for it. All right? So that's number 7. Number 7 is you think you can do it on your own. The other thing is, number 8 is training is too much. Let me just share with you what I learned early as a real estate investor, starting out, studying, watching the infomercials. Way back to 1982, ladies and gentlemen, is when I started going to those seminars. And I heard something that really stuck with me and has helped me to this point. And that is, if you can get one idea, if you can just get one new idea from any book, any course, any seminar that can get you closer to your goal, just one idea, it was worth your time and your money. One idea. If you can get one idea from today, aha moment, then that's worth whatever you paid for it. You know why? It's because you learned something one time. You buy my course one time, but it continues to pay for itself over and over again. You continue to receive benefits from it over and over and over again. You pay for it once, but you receive benefits over and over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the broadcast, if you like what you hear, give some hearts. You do that by tapping the screen. If this is your first time on Periscope, then you tap the screen multiple times to give hearts that lets Periscope know and let the presenter know that they're presenting value and you're getting something from it. If not, then we need to move on until we can present some value to you. All right? Slide over from the right if you're on Apple to share. Slide up if you're on Android. Share and follow me, because we're going to do these Periscopes every day until, all right, until, as Jim Rohn says, how long? Until, all right. So training costs too much. If you can get one idea, it's worth the tuition. Just one idea. All right, just one idea. That's concept number one. All right, how do you overcome it? The 13 reasons why, and then how to avoid them. How do you avoid them? Go looking for just one idea. One idea that's going to get you closer. Not one idea that's going to get you rich. Because you don't get rich with one idea. That's the lottery mentality, right? One ticket, you scratch it, you're going to blow up and get rich. See, that's the wrong mentality. It's not a mentality of successful people, above average people. Extraordinary people understand that is one action at a time, one step at a time. All right, so if you get one idea, all right, so go in. How to avoid it? You go in thinking, if I can just get one idea from Darrell's Periscope, one idea from Darrell's Periscope, then it was worth my time. It was worth the tuition. Then the second thing to overcome that mindset is what? Understanding that I can take this idea, pay for it once, but use it over and over and over again to benefit myself, to help me get closer to my goals. Pay for it once, but you reap the benefits over and over and over again. That's the mindset we should have continuously. All right, I just bought 2 more books. One, Anthony Robbins' latest book, and then another book by Grant Cardone, and I think I would have all of his books. I'm looking for one more idea that will get me closer and accelerate the timetable, accelerate the learning curve, the collapse time frames. All right, we're going to cover all that in future scopes, collapsing time frames, accelerating timetables. So that's number 8. Number 9 is you just don't believe in yourself. All right, we just don't believe. We don't believe we can do it deep down inside. When we're talking to ourselves, when we're in the quiet of our minds, we really don't believe we can do this. Why? Because our successes are so far and few in between. Right? Our successes are too far and few in between. We don't have a lot of successes to go back and say, you know what? I was able to do such and such. I was able to do such and such last week, yesterday, the day before yesterday, last month. We can't tally it. It's hard or difficult for us to tally up our successes. So we have no clear, strong success reference point. All right? That's the reason, Darrell. So how can I avoid that? You avoid that by having little small successes. All right? Little small successes. Grant Cardone says, and has in his planner, 10X planner that I'm going to get, list down your successes. Now your successes can be anything. I woke up early this morning and I drank my green juice. That's a success. Success doesn't have to always be monetary. All right? You have successes every day. All right? So we have to put success in our mind. I am successful. You can always be worse off than you are, but you're not. So you're successful at achieving whatever level that you're at right now. You're successful. You had to be successful to get up to that level, because there's always people below where you are. All right? So you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to believe in yourself. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan tells us that you were one cell that made it out of close to 1 billion cells that was released from your father to your mother. 1 out of 1 billion was your odds, my odds, and we made it. So nothing in this world has a greater odd than us being born, and we're here. So we have to remind ourselves that we beat the greatest odds that can ever exist in being born. See, we have to have self-talk. A gentleman wrote the book called What Do You Say When You Talk to Yourself? 70%, I think he said, of all the conversations we have is in our brains, is what we think. Right? That's why the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart of your brain, the core essence of your mind. Right? So we don't think we can do it, but you can do it. I did it. I'm going to share my story with you on a future scope. I did it. Right? And there's nothing unique about me. I've been an average student all the way up to my final year in college. I waited till my final year in college to say, you know what? Let me see if I can make the dean's list. And I made the dean's list. All right? Now, nobody saw what I had to do to make the dean's list. I went to my tutor every day. Every day except for Friday, I went to my tutor after school, after class in college at Texas Southern University here in Houston. Go Tigers. All right? So I went there every day. When I was making A's and B's, I still went. Okay? So small successes. Focus on your successes. Small successes are still successes. They're called success. We say I identify them as big or small, but they're all success. Okay? So you can do it, ladies and gentlemen. I will give you, and when I release my course, and stay tuned. All right? Because we're going to have 13 days of free training. All right? 13 straight days, including Sunday, of free training on my upcoming real estate course, The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate Volume 1 and 2. I'm going to give it to you free for my Periscope subscribers only as a pre-launch event. 13 days of nothing but training, giving you the nuts and bolts and nuggets that you can go out and use even without the course, even without my course. All right? Those that invest in themselves will continue to invest in themselves. It's those that don't that need to start. All right? Make a commitment to investing in yourself continuously. When? Until and beyond. All right? So, don't believe in yourself. That's number 9. Number 10. I don't have any money or any credit. I don't have any money or any credit. Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that may make a determining factor. That may be a determining factor in the traditional world. Okay? In the traditional world, that may be a determining factor, meaning it determines if you're successful or not, if you progress or not. All right? But in the untraditional, right? In the untraditional environment, that has nothing to do with it. All right? And especially in real estate. My course, I will teach you how to wholesale real estate with no money, no credit, no risk. Right? If it seems unbelievable, trust me. Show up to the Periscopes and you'll find out for yourself. All right? They do it all the time. Those who know, do it. Those who don't know, don't do it. So you don't need credit. All right? You don't need money. You don't need it. All right? You don't need it. It's not any of your money. When I got started in studying real estate investing, like I said, back in the 80s, it was something called creative financing. No money down, creative financing. And there was a term that you don't hear too much, but it's called OPM. So no money down doesn't mean that the seller in all cases doesn't get any money. It only means that it's none of your money. OPM, other people's money. Other people's money. Right? And real estate is the largest form of leverage, which is other people's money. Right? So if you don't need any money, you use other people's money. Right? You don't need any credit. You use other people's credit when money and credit is needed. Okay? That's what we have to do. That's what we have to learn. So knowledge overcomes a lot of external obstacles. All right? And internal and external. But we're talking about money and credit. So knowledge, all right, of what you're capable of doing, what you've done before in the past, your mere existence and being alive today is proof that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacles, because you overcame the biggest one to be born, and that's 1 out of 1 billion sperm cells. Okay? So you can do it. See, nobody has told you that. People haven't told you that you have beat the greatest odds possible of any human being. But now you've heard it, and now you should tell yourself that on a regular basis. Go ahead and give some hearts. I just see the blue hearts. Who else out there likes the content that you're hearing? All right? Who else likes it? I want to move to the front of my home so we can get a better connection, which we should have. So go ahead and give up those hearts. Swipe, share, swipe up, share, follow. All right? Because we're just getting started. I think this is our 7th scope, and we're getting gooder and gooder. As my mentor Edwin Haynes says, we're getting gooder and gooder. All right? So let's move on. We're making good time. Let's see. Training too much. Don't believe in yourself. Number 10. We talked about that. I don't have money or credit. All right. Thanks for joining, Chase. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Number 11. Number 11. Need an extra finger. Number 11 is too risky. Real estate is too risky. Real estate is too risky. You know, I was a stockbroker from 1996 to 2002. Started at Dean Witter, which is an old firm. You saw Dean Witter and the movie. What was the movie with Will Smith? Help me out, somebody. But anyway, when he was Gardner, being the life of Gardner. But anyway, so Dean Witter was bought out by Morgan Stanley and so on and so forth. It was a major Wall Street firm. And I learned about risk tolerance of the investor. So risk is really in our heads. It does exist in reality, right? You can really lose your money, but would it translate to the individual is in their heads, all right? Primarily in their heads. There's some reality to risk, but where we translate it is internally, all right? I can't afford to take a risk. Well, we take risk in other areas of our life that's greater than losing money. You can always get money back. Right? You can always repair your credit. Right? You can always do that. But we take risk when we eat bad food on a regular basis. Right? We take risk when we do other things that are more detrimental than just losing money or having a ding on your credit. Something I heard in the early days of my real estate investor pursuit is, I heard a guy at a seminar say, you never heard of anybody going to jail for the real estate deal not working, for the real estate deal not going through because you couldn't get the financing, not going through because you couldn't get partners, not going through because whatever the case may be. Anything short of deception, you never heard of anybody going to jail because it just didn't work. They tried it and it didn't work. So risk is real, but it's real to a certain extent. It's real to the extent that we think that we can't recuperate. All right? So how to avoid it is to understand and know that you can always recoup in real estate. You can always bounce back as a real estate investor. Donald Trump went bankrupt, right? Almost filed for bankrupt. Was at $960 million in debt. He bounced back. Now he's worth several billions. So he went from $1 billion almost in debt to $4 billion now. That's a $5 billion swing. $5 billion swing. Okay? So how do you do it? Understanding that I'm not going to go to jail if it doesn't go through. Right? What's going to happen? Lose some money? Well, that is the risk that you take. As long as the reward outweighs the risk, then that's an opportunity of consideration. All right? So just understand that you can bounce back. Understand you can get more money. Just understand that you can get your credit could be improved. Just understand with the right knowledge of creative financing and negotiation that you can get real estate without credit, without money. And that's what I'm going to show you in my course. All right? So that's number 11, too risky. Number 12, it's saturated. Darrell, the real estate market is saturated. Everybody's doing it. Those guys are on TV. I went to one of those free seminars, and that room was packed. They're having seminars all across Houston at 4 and 5 locations. They're on the radio. They're on TV. Man, I went in there. That place was packed. So they had 5 meetings in Houston. They all were like this, and people signing up in droves. It's over, and these are all people in my same city that I'm going to have to try to find these deals, fight over to find these deals that you're talking about. Darrell, that's your mindset, Sister Muhammad? Well, good. I'm talking to you. All right, give me some love, give me some stars, some hearts, I should say. All right, because I wanted to cover these points because one, if not more than one of these reasons stopped you. But they don't have to stop you anymore. I'm getting you ready for the launch of my real estate program because when I share with you what I'm going to share with you from my course, you need to be ready to take action. You need to be ready to take action. So we're going to deal with these internal demons, if you will, these eternal obstacles that we have that's stopping us. All right? That's stopping us. Okay, we all have them. If you're trying to get to the next level, no matter where you are, just know we have demons or obstacles in front of us. All of us do. Donald Trump, Donald Peoples, whoever you want to mention, they have them. All right? It's too saturated. That's maybe the case in your mind. But here's the thing that I've learned. All right? I mentioned yesterday, one of the reasons why you say, why are they selling their course if they're making so much money as a real estate investor? They must not be they're making their money off of selling the program. Darrell making his money off of selling the program. Because if he was making so much money off of real estate, why would he sell the program? Right? That's what people think. But here's my take on it. See, those that sell the program understand the dynamics. They understand the dynamics of human beings. They understand that out of all the thousands of people that see the commercial, hear the commercial, only a handful will show up. All right? They also know out of those that show up, only a handful are going to enroll in the training. Okay? And they further know that those enrolled in the training, only a handful are going to show up to the training after they spent their money. All right? And then beyond that, they know that only a handful are going to do anything at all. I heard a statistic back in the day that only 20% of the people who purchase training programs and attend these seminars, these weekend seminars that you have to pay for after the free one, only 20% of them ever do anything. Only 20% of them buy one property. And then it drops down drastically after that. The numbers decrease to the single digits when it comes to how many had bought 2 properties, 3 properties, 4 properties, 5 properties, 5, 6 transactions. Okay? So they understand that. So no, it's not saturated. It's only saturated in your mind because you don't know the dynamics of the reality of human nature. All right? All you got to do is ask 10 people, how many of you all would like to be rich? All 10 will raise their hands, right? But when you tell them what they have to do to become rich, or to even have a chance, because there's no guarantees, just to have a chance at the opportunity to be rich, you'll see those hands go down. You might get one hand that'll say, I'm willing to go through it. I'm willing to invest hundreds and thousands of dollars in training. I'm willing to become the person I need to become in my character and my personality to achieve that goal. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to get up early, go to bed late for years at a time. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to dance with bankruptcy, file bankruptcy over and over and over again. I'm willing to do that because that's what others have done. Tyler Perry was homeless. Kathy Hughes of Radio 1 slept on the floor of her radio station, her and her son, because she didn't have somewhere to live. I'm willing to do that for an opportunity, no guarantees, but for an opportunity to live my financial dreams. To be the exception, not the rule. So no, it's not saturated, ladies and gentlemen. It's not saturated. Some people got shook out of the real estate market back in 2008, 2009, never to return again. Why? Because they're looking for the next easy way to make money. The rules have changed. They didn't want change, so they went to find the easy way to make money, like it was easy back prior to 2008, 2009. No, it's not saturated. Just know, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to grinding, working hard for any extended period of time, there's always few people. There's always few people that will grind at all, and then secondly, that will grind for an extended period of time. We're going to have questions here in a few more minutes, sisters, so hold your question. I did see it as far as land. Let me go ahead and wrap up on number 13, and then we can open up for questions. For those that have questions, put a question mark, then your question, then I'll know it's a question and not just a comment. So, all right? So if you like what you hear, tap on the screen. If you like what you hear, give me some love. Give me some love. Swipe, share, swipe, follow. Swipe, share, swipe, follow. That's a new two-step dance, all right? So go ahead and do that for us right now. So, number 13, I'll be taking advantage of people. That's a huge one. That's a huge one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for inviting C. Muhammad. That's a huge one. Let me just tell you, let me be totally transparent with you. That was the biggest obstacle that stopped me from moving forward. It took me from 1983, when I got my first real estate course by Ed Beckley, no money down. I'll get it for you. I'll show it to you one day. To 2000 to overcome this one. Number 13, the lucky number 13. I'll be taking advantage of people. If you're a good-hearted person like me, you don't want to take advantage of people. You don't want to say, you mean I'm going to make $20,000 off of this deal? And the owner's not going to make $20,000 off of this deal? You mean to tell me they need money and my job is to give them the least amount as possible so I can have the greatest amount of profit for myself? They need money. They're in worse condition than I am. My spiritual background, my spiritual being, my spiritual consciousness doesn't allow me to go in knowingly. To go in taking advantage of these people. Trying to push them down to the lowest possible price. Ladies and gentlemen, for years that stopped me. For years that stopped me. I just couldn't do it. I liked everything, but that right there put the brakes on me. Until I realized. I kept on wrestling with that. Kept on wrestling with that. You know what? It's an interesting thing when you keep something on your heart and your heart is sincere and you keep it on your heart and you're constantly looking for a way to address it based on your spirituality, God makes a way to help you to deal with that, to help you to understand that, to help you work around it consciously, not compromising your spiritual morals. So here's what happened, and this is what you can do to avoid that. Very simply, brothers and sisters, like this. I looked at us as, or me as a real estate investor, as one helping people out. It's kind of like I'm the doctor at the ER, at the emergency room, right? People who go to the ER go there because they can't go anywhere else. They can't wait till they can make an appointment and see their regular physician in the next 2 or 3 days. Why? Because their condition is so severe, they have to see the doctor now. Right now. Right? They call it an ambulance, so the ambulance can turn on the sirens, can run red lights, can run stop sign, can get to you as quickly as possible, and to get you to the hospital as quickly as possible. Because your condition is so severe. You have no other option. That is your best and last option. Other than that, you will die. Other than that, you will self-destruct. Other than that, you will have nothing. Nothing. So once I crystallize in my brain that concept, that idea, I'm a doctor in the ER. I'm the only person that has the skill set, the patience, the tenacity to deal with this investor whose situation is so severe. A real estate agent is not going to deal with it because it's just too encompassing. It's just too much to deal with. There's other easier properties for a real estate agent to list than one with these problems. Only a real estate investor has the knowledge and the skill set to deal with this kind of situation. A real estate investor is a highly skilled individual if they're good at what they do. They earn the value. Right? They earn the money that they make because of the value they bring to the marketplace. If it wasn't for you as the real estate investor, that person won't get any money anytime soon for whatever problem they're trying to face, they're trying to meet financially. If it wasn't for you with your expertise and to be able to provide them cash as fast as possible within 30 days, then their problem would just persist. See, so if you look at it that way, in my course I teach you, that's why it's morally, it's ethically, and it's legal. The way I teach you, I go over their options. If you're not the last and only and best option for them, then don't do the deal. I ask them, and I will teach you to ask them, have you considered fixing the house up yourself? Have you talked with the realtor? No, I don't want to fix it up. No, I haven't talked to a realtor. Or yes, I did talk to a realtor. They don't want to deal with it. It has too many legal issues. It's the condition. They tell me I have to fix it up first. I don't want to fix it up. I don't want to put it on the market and wait 6 months. They wanted me to sign a 6 months. I can't wait that long. I need it right now. I need the money as soon as possible. That's why I called you, Darrell. That's why I called you, Candace. All right, that's why I called you. You're the ER. You're the doctor in the ER. If they have other options, then don't hide the options from them. Well, I hope they don't know they can go to a realtor and get more money. I hope they don't talk to somebody else that can give them a different alternative. I teach in my course, you cover that. You don't want what's not yours. And you don't want to take it from people and steal it from people and be more like this world is, where you benefit from other people's ignorance. Don't do that. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. Don't worry about it. You'll get another deal. Don't worry about it. The conditions of human beings don't change much. There'll always be wholesale deals out there because there's always people dying, get a divorce, getting sick, need money for medical bills, etc., etc., etc. That comes with human nature. That comes with life. So you'll always have those opportunities. All right? So we're right at 30 minutes. Those are your 7 to 13. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Check out the Periscope there. Hey, Victor, check out the Periscope there for the first 6. Check out this one for the second 6. This is part 2, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very much. So, if you don't have any questions, thank you for joining. Hit me some more stars. Show me some more love before you leave. Swipe it, share, swipe it, share. Now, Sister Candace, you had a question. Put a question mark and then your question. Anybody have a question? Put a question mark, then your question. Your question was, can you use wholesaling for land? The answer is yes. Would I? No. Wholesaling is a concept. Is a concept that you can apply to anything. You can wholesale this cell phone. You can wholesale this glass. You can wholesale anything. Wholesaling is a concept. It just basically means that you buy something substantially below market. Substantially below market, enough to where you have there's enough cushion built in that you can sell it to a not a retailer. Well, you can sell it to a retailer who retails it to the public. So a wholesaler doesn't sell their house to the public. They sell it to an investor, a retailer, an investor who's going to get it and fix it up for rental or fix it up and sell it. So you don't deal with the consumer. All right? Is it like foreclosure? Kind of, sort of, not really. They're two different animals of the same species, but they're two different animals. All right? You can wholesale. See, like I say, wholesale is a concept. So you can get wholesale properties from foreclosure. So it's not like foreclosure. Foreclosure can be the source of your wholesales. All right? Probate can be the source of your wholesale. Fire burnt properties can be the source of your wholesale. So wholesaling is the concept. Now where it comes from, it can come from anywhere. Anywhere. All right? You got it? Thank you very much. So probate is separate from foreclosure, but they both can provide wholesale properties. Long as it's substantially below 50% and below of value, 50% on a dollar or below, then that's a real good, strong wholesale deal. All right? Okay? All right, any other questions? Question mark and give me a question. The real brother Casey said buy low, sell high. Yeah, but how much low and how much high? See, so we still have to add mass to that. All right, we still have to add meat to that. How much lower do we need to buy it? How much higher do we want to sell it? All right, is this considered passive income? No. No, wholesaling, the biggest drawback with wholesaling is you don't hold the property. It's transactional, meaning that if you want more money, you got to do another wholesale deal. All right? Passive income is when you buy and hold real estate for income. All right? When you buy and hold real estate for income. You buy a house, you put a renter in it, that's passive income. You buy apartment buildings, you put renter into it, that's passive income. All right? Hey, Malika, welcome. We're almost wrapping up. We're almost done. We're doing question and answer. So if you have a question, put question mark and then your question. All right, need for everybody, give some love. Give some love. Tap, 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 tap. Give some love. Give some love. Tap, tap, tap. All right, I guess nobody. Okay. So Sister Candace is the only one that likes it, I guess. Can you do that with wholesaling? Do what with wholesaling? All right, let's see some different color hearts. Everybody on here should be giving hearts. If not, then you should leave, I guess. If you're not getting any value, your time is more valuable than any information that anybody can give you. So if it's not valuable enough for your time, stage right. All right? I won't be mad at you because I'll leave. All right? So what's the question again? Candace, own your own property. Yes, I forget what the question was. What I do is when I find wholesale deals, and you do this after you get experience, I'll tell you more about that in the course. But what I did is, as I did more and more and more and got real good at wholesaling, I cherry picked. I call it cherry pick. I kept the best properties for myself. All right? I kept the best properties for myself, and I put them on Section 8. Like becoming a landlord. Yeah, you don't become the landlord. See, that's one of the biggest mistakes people make. You don't become the landlord. You get a management company. You get a management company. That little $50, $60 a month is worth your time. It's not, you don't know the landlord laws. You don't know none of that stuff. Stop being cheap. You can't be cheap and prosperous at the same time. You can't squeeze the hell out of $50 talking about you're going to make $50,000. That's a conflict. All right? That's not going to happen. You let 50 go so you can have the time to find you some more wholesale deals. All right? So my recommendation is do wholesaling before you do anything else. Wholesale first. With no experience, hey John, with no experience in real estate investing, not a real estate agent, real estate investing, start at wholesaling. Start at wholesaling first. Why? No money, no credit, no risk. Any other form of real estate investing is high risk. I mean, there's literally no risk in wholesaling. No financial risk, no credit risk, just time, investment of time. And you're going to do that anyway. Every time you breathe and you invest in time. All right? So, any more questions? Thank you. Thank you very much, Sister Candace. Any other question? Question mark, ask your question. Question mark, ask your question. I want to keep these within 30 minutes as far as the content is concerned. Now, the question and answer session might go a little bit longer, as in this case. All right? If there's nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, you can reach me at DarrellMuhammad at Periscope and Twitter. You can reach me at DarrellMuhammad.net. You should go there and subscribe there on my blog, on my website. All right? Those two things, Periscope and DarrellMuhammad.net. That's where you can find me. That's where we're going to stay best connected. You can join me on my fan page at Facebook, Darrell Muhammad fan page. Go there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to drop content that's going to be exclusive to my list, that's separate from Periscope, that's separate from my fan page. All right? So you want to be on all of them so you don't miss anything. And I'm getting on Blab too. All right? I'm getting on Blab. I got limited time. I want to lock down Periscope first, and then we're going to do Blab for more of our training and where more than one person can be on at a time. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Share, share, share. Watch the replay. Share the replay. It's only up for 24 hours. Swipe, share, follow, follow, follow. Thank you so very much. Assalamu alaikum and peace to everybody. See you tomorrow on my next scope. Don't know what time, but you be prepared. You follow me and it'll pop up on your phone. Spread the word, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the word. Until next time, see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, and most importantly, your nation deserves the very best. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.